Hello YouTube, thanks for joining me again. My name is Kino and welcome back to Kaylapolis. Now today we are back in the main base and we're going to do a quick tour of my map room and where everything relates to. When I did the tour of my main base the other day, a lot of people asked me if any of these related to any places in particular. So let me show you. So first map we're going to look at is the one behind us here. And now this is a map, quite a small scale, and it's just of my main base. It's a larger blowout of this one here on the floor. And this is the one I keep updated the most. Because if we jump upstairs and we can have a look through the floor here, this is of the main base that I showed you guys before. And as we zoom out, we can see all of the details that are on the map. And I have to update this all the time every time I make a new build or change some terraforming or anything like that, I have to go back into the map just to update it to keep it looking good. And this map has obviously grown more and more over the time as I've added things and I've added farms and implemented new things, and particularly when I started terraforming the whole area, especially to build this farm up on this area here. And that's why these maps are great, because they infinitely give you an update of the area as it is now. Now, the next map that I'm going to show you is this one just over to the back here. And if we look at this, this is an older map that now has no relevance to this area because it's on the old Legacy edition and you can't get that scale anymore. So that's why I've kept that. And next to it, we've got this map, which is of my mountain base. And this is quite a simple map, nice white area, which shows the round floor of the base. And if we look over in the area, this is the mountain base that it relates to. Up in the air, suspended high, and all part of the new 118 that I couldn't wait to update. So the next map that we're going to go to is actually the largest map in the room, and it's the one at the back here. And this one is, I'm going to hopefully plan to take over this whole wall eventually. But the green dot down here that we're looking at is the base where we are at now. This smaller area over here is we move into this mesa biome. Just on there, I have got a small, what I call the holiday village, an iron farm, and the entrance to my main strip mine. And that's just this area here. So that's my holiday village, an old holiday home that I haven't shown you around yet. The entrance to my mine, which is quite nicely decorated. And just moving off behind us here, we can see my iron farm built into the mesa biome just on the back. I don't really use the iron farm too much anymore, but it's there and it keeps it looking fresh in that area. And as we look to the west over here, we can see the area we're going to next. Now that's this area down the back here. So it's quite a distance away from the main base. This is area from south to north. We're going to start off where it's slight green colour here is where I've got the water base and the underwater base. Moving on there, we've got into the tree houses and the areas all around here that are going to be up high. Moving to the Acacia area, and then right up into the north there, where I've got one of the first villages that I ever defended. So it's all across this line, south to north. Now the Acacia area, which I was talking about, is this bit here. The top there is how it used to look, and the bottom is how it looks now. So if we don't update that top one, that'll be like that forever. And this gives us a quick view of what it used to be like. And the last bit right at the top is this one. And this is the village that our first ever village that I actually defended and built a wall around. And that's right up the top here. So we start off down the bottom where I said we had the little green mark. And that relates to this area here where I've got this mine, this well, if you like, and all my underwater areas where I cleaned out a monument. I've built an underwater village, moving over to cross from there to my guardian farm. And we just follow this line here that underneath we've got a huge rail system that will just actually come out of the side of this mountain that we've got just north of the area where we were. And as we break round this corner, we'll see the rail bridge. And this rail bridge takes us over into the tree forest. Now this is a large, huge spruce forest that's got all of the podzol and things like that. And I built a big tree house. And I've built this tree house about 4 times now because I keep finding ways of making it look slightly cooler and adding secret areas and things like that. So we will come and have a look at this in more detail at a later date. As you can see, as we follow it north and it just renders in, we can just see the start of the Acacia village that I've built over here. And this is where I've got my key villager farms. The whole area there is actually a stackable villager farm. I've got my villager trading hall, my villager breeder, and I've even got an area to change the villagers from zombie villagers to cure them so that I get all of the bonuses and the advantages. And we pick up this monorail that's moving over from the holiday village, and that takes us past the first woodland mansion that I raided at very early days, which was very, very difficult. And we keep going north to the first village that I came across. And this village, because it was my first one, I decided to defend it and try and keep the villagers alive with this very crude and poorly designed wall. But I do keep this here for nostalgia because it's an area that I like and means a lot to me. I do pop back here every now and then and repopulate it. And that brings us right to this area up north here. And that quick video gives you an understanding of my map room. Not all of the areas that I've built and developed are in here. Far from it, in fact, and I can't wait to show you those. But everything in this room has a little bit of nostalgia for me. So build like no one's watching, and I'll catch up with you guys soon.